Welcome back to Green Tea Garden. It's going to be springtime soon in Long Island, New York, and we have to get a head start. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing to make compost really fast. It takes me under 2 months, sometimes 30 days, sometimes just a little bit over, but always under 2 months I get finished compost to use in my garden. So finished compost is basically organic fertilizer, using back your same kitchen scraps, cardboard paper, used coffee ground, and stuff like that. I'm going to go through everything real quick, showing you guys how you can make home compost right at home from stuff you're going to throw away in the garbage. First thing you need to start off making home compost is your kitchen scrap. Your kitchen scrap will be like apple peel, banana peel, strawberries and stuff like that, all kind of fruit and vegetable leftovers, the skin. You will want to cut it up small pieces. Look at that. This is how we get faster compost. One of the way that we get faster compost, we cut the stuff small, it will decompose faster. Do not compost any dairy stuff, fish, meat, or stuff like that. Here we have used coffee ground. Used coffee ground is a big plus in your garden. And right here we have cardboard paper, tissue paper, toilet rolls, used coffee ground filters. You could use sticks, woods, and all that stuff inside. And then we have here is the Vego Garden compost bin for your countertop. It's a good quality, heavy duty, by the way. It's not cheesy. I did had some cheesy lightweight plastic one. Now this is really nice, made well, has a lot of holes to get air. Very important. If you get a compost bin, you need holes to get air or else it'll go bad. Nice, spacious, and deep in there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw all our compost in here. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when you have kitchen scraps, you want to leave it between 3 to 4 days. Don't make 4 days pass before emptying your compost into your tumbler outside, which I'm going to show you I'm going to do right after this. So basically, this is your nitrogen, which is greens, all your kitchen scraps. And this is the browns, which is your carbon. So normally, when I add 1 kitchen scrap, I will add 1.5 to 2 bowl of carbon. The reason why I add more browns is because if you don't add enough browns, your compost will be smelly. It will take a longer time to decompose. Add more browns. The browns helps break the compost faster and also help loosen up the compost to make it look like soil. If you don't have enough browns, you're gonna have like a crumbed up ball compost. Sometimes it smells, so that's what you have to avoid. So make sure you add more browns. Just keep this in your countertop in a corner, and every time you finish cutting up and peeling your stuff, and you just chip it all up with get a pair of scissors. You want to dump it all in there. And as I said, I have a lot of leaf in my compost tumbler right now. So that's a lot of brown stuff. I'm not going to put all my coffee grounds because I need to use them in my garden bed and around my garden. You could even apply used coffee ground on your soil. It keeps away the bugs. It helps increase the nitrogen. It do not overload it. Just put a little bit, sprinkle a handful. That's good enough. So you could leave this on the countertop up to 4 days. Do not make 4 days pass because then it could get moldy. You could lose the nutrition value. We're going to take this and dump this in my compost tumbler, and I'm going to show you what's my next step to help it decompose faster. It's my compost tumbler right there, and I'm going to add it in the plus sign. You can see I got a whole bunch of leaves in there. Your timer sign is stuff that's been sitting there for a while. See that? They already started to decompose, and now we're going to add stuff in the new area. Now, what do? We get our Vego compost bin. For price and details on this, check in the description box below. I'll leave a link. And also, I got a discount code if you're interested in Vego garden bed, which they make really good quality stuff. They have like really high quality. Highly recommend that. Now, after we add that stuff in there, the next thing, get some water. You want to water it down real well. You do not want to leave your compost too dry, but also you don't want it too wet. See that? That's how much water I do there. And then I come on this side, add some water. Summertime, you got to add more water because the heat for the summertime, the sun will dry out the compost. You do not want to have a dry compost. You will lose the nutrition value of your compost. And then we're going to spin this about 20 times slowly. And your compost bin should be mixed every 2 days. You know, every 2 to 3 days, actually. You want to mix it. The reason why you're mixing everything from top to bottom mix, so everything is breaking down even and faster this way. Now it's coming down to spring garden. A lot of people want to get into compost and get into the garden, and then sometimes, you know, as a beginner, you think like making compost is complicated or it takes a long time. It does not take a long time, and it's not complicated. Follow my steps and you will make compost really fast. The biggest thing is the balance. That's one thing. The greens, always remember, the greens and the nitrogen are your kitchen scraps and kitchen peel. The browns, which is the carbon, are your cardboard paper, dry leaves, and sticks and stuff like that. I recommend more browns than greens. If you put more greens, you're gonna have a smelly compost. Your compost is gonna take a long time to break down. So add more dry leaves or paper or something to help it break down faster. By simple cutting the stuff into smaller pieces, it decomposes faster. And then adding the water helps start breaking down the process. And then the next step is just spinning the compost tumbler once every 2 days. Spin it about 10 to 20 times so everything keep mixing. If you don't have a compost tumbler, get a, you know, if you're doing a compost in a pile, you still have to mix your compost. Listen, I'm telling people every time, compost is amazing. It really the best organic fertilizer to your garden. Now I know some people who are now starting off, they're like, all right, we don't want to get into compost because we're focusing on the plant, and that's fine. Just get an organic soil. Organic soil could feed up to 3 to 6 months. I don't believe the 6 months because as the plant is producing, it will use up most of the nutrients from the soil. So I always advise people to get like some kind of organic fertilizer. Get an organic fertilizer that will boost up your soil. Check in the description box below. I'm gonna leave the links. And if you like that compost bin, check in the description box. I'm going to leave a discount code for it and any kind of raised garden bed and stuff. All right, so the next step coming up in Green Tea Garden, we have to start getting prepped up for seeding. So I'm going to seed indoor, then I'm going to move my seeds to the greenhouse and then outdoor garden later on. So we have a lot of fun learning videos coming up because I call it fun because it's exciting, it's fun, and it's amazing. And then I'm going to show you, I got to show you actually, you know what? I got to show you guys all the list, all the seeds that I'm going to plant for springtime that can handle some cooler weather. Because say what happened, for example, you have nicer weather, but then between the week or a couple of days, you got a colder temperature comes in and hit your garden. You want to make sure you have plants that can survive. You do not want to start off with summer crops right now because they're not going to make it with this temperature. So we have to make sure we're sticking to spring plant. Coming up in my next video, I'm going to show you guys some spring plants that's really hardy and could survive and will produce a ton of harvest within spring weather. All right, so thank you so much for watching Green Tea Garden. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.